Here with Deb Brasel, Leader 1, and it's Tuesday, and we're going to do our Tuesday topics. And the topic today is preparing to buy a home, setting yourself up for success to do that. We thought it'd be a good idea to talk about that because some people, they might be a year out from buying or less, and they really don't know. And so we'd like to give them some information on how to prepare themselves, some things to help them out. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always call Deb, and she can fill you in on what you need to know. She works right here at Remax Heritage with us, and makes it really nice, her being here with us, because we can always walk down here and ask you questions and stuff. So, okay, so the first thing here, you talk about job history. I know we've talked about job history in a video before. You're talking about job history, but the first thing is job history on preparing to buy a home. So,
yeah, I think it's important to know when you are, maybe a year into your job, know, hey, I might want to buy a home in another year out. So putting together a 2-year job history is what's important. You would not want to have more than just a couple of months gap and then still have that full 2 years history. You can switch jobs, and you do want to stay in the same field. So I would just say try to avoid job gaps if you can, and try to avoid changes. But the key is a 2-year history, and then making sure you're in the same field.
And
something to hang on to.
When it comes to that same job field, what do you do that research, or do they just tell you what they do? I mean, how do you know if it's the same job?
That's a good question. It's going to come back on the verification of employment, and they'll put down job title.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, it's pretty easy to kind of figure out, well, I'm a tradesman, or, I work in a veterinarian shop, or I'm an assistant. I mean, there's job titles that are similar but different, maybe different types of businesses, but similar job titles.
Okay.
And
so you
that
have a
would be
way
good.
of seeing that.
Mhm.
Okay.
On
I was always
verifications.
curious how you know if it is, if they just tell you, or
Yeah.
if you have a way of figuring that out.
You have to check.
The second thing here you have is credit score, and that's a big one. I noticed when we talk to folks that the credit, they sometimes they have they feel like their credit isn't that good, so they already have
Right.
kind of a feeling that they're not where they need to be.
Right.
But when it comes to the credit score, can you talk about that?
Sure. Definitely during this period, I would want to establish a credit score if I could. That could be easy as far as like a small credit card. And the thing you want to remember is when you're using the credit card, you're going to get, say, a small limit of maybe $300. When that payment's due, the whole key to making it really work for you to build your credit is you want to pay it down to 10% of whatever the max limit is that they give you on the card. So in that case, $300 your limit, your payment's due, pay it down to $30. So keeping it right in that ballpark is going to build your credit. So that's one way to actually get started. Again, sometimes people might be able to get a car loan. That's another good way to
Yeah.
do it. But if you cannot establish credit for some reason, there's a thing called alternative credit. And what that means is you would be able to say, show rent being paid, utilities. You want it in your name, and you definitely want to pay by check on your rent. So cell phones, utilities, insurance, things like that. So if we don't have any trade lines, or we don't have enough credit depth, we'll build alternative trade lines.
To show that consistency of making a payment and being on time.
That's correct.
In your name, and shows that you got a good track record, right?
Yes, and they'll go back 12 months. So you want a 12-month track record.
12 months.
So,
Okay.
yeah. And so those are some good ways to build some credit. Or if you, like I say, you can't get a loan, or you don't want to get a loan, alternative trade lines are the way you do it.
Saving money. I know that's a big thing with the money down. People go FHA. You got that. What is it? 3.5%.
It is
Down. So saving money. Sometimes people don't realize that when they go out to look for a home, they don't realize they got to have some money saved up for that down.
right.
So you have saved some money here.
Yes, I would recommend, if you can, shoot for 5% and put that away. And definitely a key to saving money is you're going to want to establish a bank account. And I would say do a checking and a savings, and then pay all your bills by check so you have a track record, and then plan on saving, putting money over into your savings so you don't touch it. Shoot to have 5% down And then that way, if we go with, say, an FHA,
Right.
we have ample money for you to actually, have money to move and turn on utilities and.
And closing costs, in case the
Mhm.
seller doesn't pay all closing
Correct.
costs, you need to have that plan built in too, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so save money.
That's right.
I know a lot of people on that saving money. A lot of people go with their tax return money and all that stuff, but
Especially
but
around
that,
this time
I
of year,
mean,
they do.
the money you get back on tax, does that really, should you be saving before that? Don't plan on just the tax money coming back, right?
Right. Planning ahead is key to everything if you can, but sometimes there's a situation that, they need their tax money to do it, and that's okay too. We just show where it came from.
And like I said, if you got any questions, you could always call us. Deb, I'll have her information on the video, but you could always call us and ask, and we can fill in blanks and help you out, with information and stuff. You don't know what you don't know, so that's why we put this information out there, do these videos to help people who are thinking about it, and but you can always give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to help you. The fourth one here, you have a gift for my down payment ? So talking about receiving money as a gift from a family member or something like that.
That's another alternative for coming up with your down payment. It could be a relative, mom, dad, grandpa, sister, grandma. There's other sources too, but that's the most common. And they can do a gift. The big thing is when we're running our findings on the file, we just have to get an approval. Sometimes if credit scores are a little lower, they may not be able to use a gift, but oftentimes they can.
Is there a limit on the size of gift money? How
No.
you can gift as much as you want,
Yes,
but it's got to be shown as a gift.
that's correct.
So if somebody has a car and they need to pay that, say they got a little bit left and they need to pay that off to help them out
Right.
with their debt to income ratio.
Correct.
So the gift money that's where gift money could come in to help maybe pay that off from a family member, and then
Yes.
you could work out maybe a payment back to them on the side or something.
Well, you don't want to do that. A
You don't
gift is a
wanna do that.
gift.
Okay.
Yeah, a gift is a gift, and they fill out a gift letter, have to show where the money came from.
All right.
So it's truly a gift.
Truly a gift.
Yes.
So you don't have to pay them back
Correct.
and all that. Okay.
Correct.
So it's a gift. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've had people do that. I think me and
Mhm.
Christina did that one time when we got our first place.
That's how we started too.
Our parents helped us out.
That was a blessing.
Pay off our car so we can get in our first house.
Right.
So it's nice when you have somebody who can do that for you. So these are 4 things that we feel like could help, and there's always questions. There's more questions than this probably, but you can always call us. But thanks, Deb, for the time again.
You're welcome.
We're going to do
Enjoyed
it again. But thanks for coming by and watching this video, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.